everybody, it's Coffee Morning with Karlos Morale, where I play a game based upon top secret criteria whilst drinking my morning coffee until my cup is dry. And today we're going to be looking at Stories, The Path of Destinies, which was developed and published by Spearhead Games and was released a week ago on the 12th of April 2016. You know, doing spring cleaning gives you time to contemplate life, video games and everything, and one thing that sort of rattled around my head whilst assembling new storage and cleaning forgotten corners of Morale Mansion is, am I wrong? When the voice of popular opinion and respected websites are telling all who will listen that a game is good and I think the opposite, did I miss something important? So here's why. And I'm flying in the face of popular opinion here. I think that Stories, Path of Destinies, is a deeply unsatisfying experience that I'd like to guide you gently away from. Perhaps towards smashing your face into a brick wall. An ultimately more fulfilling experience. So Stories, which I'm going to refer to it as now because, you know, The Stories, The Path of Destiny is quite long to say each time. Is an action-adventure title with like the barest whisper of RPG elements in sort of leveling up and upgrading some items. It has a heavy focus on storytelling, and as such it's presented in the format of a book, and in the style of those sort of choose-your-own adventure stories from the 80s that were white and they were great. You select the path that you'd like the narrative to follow. And when you reach the end, you'll find that the choices you made were bad and that you should feel bad. And then the game resets you back to the beginning of the tale. Only this time with a little more information than you had before. In my first playthrough, I learned that Lupino, that's like my rabbit buddy, was a traitor to the rebellion. Boo. I guess if there's one thing I've learned from stories involving anthropomorphic animals, it's that there's always a rebellion of some sort going on. Dissatisfied furry bastards. Lupino is a double agent, I've learned, and he's been feeding information to the evil Emperor Frog, and I, as Renardo, the heroic fox, can use that knowledge to my advantage in helping to both stop the Emperor and win the heart of his adoptive cat daughter. And it sounds intriguing, right? Hey, that's what I thought as well. So I played again and I made different choices and things played out differently. True, it still wasn't the best ending. In fact, I managed to obliterate the whole world. But I had leveled up, I had learned new stuff, and I had killed loads of blue ravens with my trusty sword. The thing is, the gameplay experience doesn't change outside of this core loop whatsoever for the entirety of the game. There are 5 different enemy types. You meet them all on the first run. Normal dudes, shield dudes, dudes that blow up, dudes that fire magic, and dudes that buff other dudes. And fighting them is fun at first, but eventually becomes not only repetitive, but extremely boring, since you become far too strong for them after a few runs, and they serve as a slightly annoying barrier to you running quickly through the same few levels in order to get a different ending. So, in order to inject some humour and variation into the game, Spearhead have included a Bastion-esque narrator to flesh out the story with comic asides and plot information. At first, he's pretty good. It helps you get invested into the story, but then just like every other element of the game, cracks start to appear as you play through multiple times. Sometimes his dialogue's unskippable. Sometimes it makes no sense in the part it appears, and the jokes, which are always pretty lame, can get extremely bloody annoying when you're on playthrough 7 and you just want to get it done. Lastly, the game's worst crime is in the story system itself. At the end of each level, you're presented with options as to which route to take next. Will Renardo confess his love for the cat lady on the spot, or will he try to kidnap her and reveal his feelings in the safety of the rebel base? The thing with this is that some of the options don't play out in the way it appears they will from the choices presented. So you select confess your love, and then Reynardo turns into a chauvinist arsehole, a character trait he'd never shown previously, and you become aware that this choice must be wrong. But it's tough shit. You still need to play all the way through to the end of the current story before you can start again, despite knowing that you can't possibly win. It's a thoroughly miserable and demotivating experience. Still, the graphics are nice. Here's what they have to say. Stories: The Path of Destinies is an action RPG set in a vibrant fairy tale universe filled with floating islands, majestic airships, and colourful magic. Reynardo, ex-pirate and unintentional hero, suddenly becomes the last line of defence against the Mad Emperor and his countless ravens. Can he come up with a plan that won't blow up in his face for a change? In Stories, each choice you make takes Reynardo into a unique narrative. From tongue-in-cheek takes on heroic adventures to dark Lovecraftian scenes, Stories' repertoire is as diverse as it is action-packed. But Reynardo's fateful decisions won't always come easy. Sometimes retrieving a weapon lost at the beginning of time means sacrificing the life of an old friend. But with so many choices to make, so many potential dire destinies, wouldn't it be great to be able to come back in time, learn from your mistakes, and find the one true path? And they are wrong, bollocks to all that. In the end, it's not worth it. Anyway, that's my opinion about Stories: The Path of Destinies, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. There are other sources of information out there on Stories, and maybe some of them are more positive. Perhaps they're worth going to check out to make a decision about whether or not you're going to buy this game. But if you have found any of the information useful or even just entertaining, please like, share, subscribe to this channel, and I will be delighted to see you again next time.
She laughed at him. I've no more use for you. There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim. He didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the Iblis stone from her by force, and she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been, but he still didn't dare turn. And then, an awful laughter filled the air, and all the torches and all the ships went out, and he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything.